Hey Sam, welcome back.
Hello again.
I haven't seen you in a while, actually.
Yeah, I've been working, so my schedule has been like kind of messed up lately.
Sorry to hear that. When are you taking TOEFL?
That's the other thing.
Sorry?
I that's the other thing. I really don't know yet. I'm trying to apply to a different university too,
Yeah.
where the TOEFL is not required. So yeah, so I don't know yet.
Oh, okay. It's not really
Have
that
you?
hard, but you have to be familiarized with it, you know?
Well, I've taken the TOEFL already one
Ah,
time.
yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so I'm like very not into doing it again.
No, no.
But
How much you get?
I got well. I didn't practice. Like I didn't study. And I got 70.
It's not bad.
Yeah, but to the university I'm applying to, it's minimum 80 points.
But
And
10 more points is not much, to be honest.
yeah, I know, but you either get 80 or you don't get into the university.
Yeah, and I know it's like when $185 each time, no?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to spend more money. So
Yeah, I get it. Well, let's see what we can do. It's not
well,
really.
my lower score was in reading actually. Reading.
Oh, okay. Well, you have to start practicing then.
Yeah.
Well, actually going to take it to read.
Have you taken the TOEFL?
What was the more challenging? Yeah, but
I,
before the pandemic, if I will have taken. Oh, sorry. I have so many tabs open. One moment, please. Maybe that's my internet. There's a bird somewhere. Okay. What did you say? Sorry.
that if you have taken the TOEFL before.
Yeah, I took it before the pandemic. The good thing about the home edition is that I think it's less stressful, and there are ways that you can kind of like take advantage of it, because you're at home. Did you take it at a center or you
No,
edition?
I took the home edition because I couldn't go to any center because it was closed. So
Yeah. When did you take it?
I took it in April.
It's not that. Mm. But how was it for you, the experience with the home edition?
Well, it was very stressful and I was very nervous. So I think that got me uh, distracted and not very focused
Yeah.
because I was thinking about I was going to fail. So I think that mindset
Yeah,
got me
definitely.
not passing. But yeah, it happens when you didn't study. So
It
because I
happens.
thought it was gonna be well, it's not that it's hard, but it has like this tragedy, and I didn't have it. So
Yeah.
and since you have like the time management, I don't have the time management, so that got me messed up too.
Yeah. But obviously, you can improve that practicing and practicing. It's
Yeah.
not really that hard. To be honest, we have many students that have great grades. So, and
So how much did you get when you did the TOEFL?
I got 105. I think it was. I was already familiarized with it. But yes, the reading part is the most stressful, I think, because you don't understand it, and then you're like everything is messed up, because you freak out a little bit, and then you try to guess. But it helped me reading a lot. I still have that habit now, but I read all the time,
Yeah, that's the thing.
and
I don't like reading. Well, I didn't like reading because I'm trying to get in the reading habit, but it's kind of hard when you never read. Because I fall asleep
Yeah,
and then I get distracted very easily because I don't hear anything. So I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'm not reading anymore. But yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and also I
But
watched
you
like,
can start.
huh?
Sorry, what did you say? Sorry.
That I watched too many videos like to get the hang of it. And they mostly said that you get like three passages, and I got four. So I was freaking out because I didn't know that. And until like afterwards, I was looking up and it said that you can get sometimes you get four, and one doesn't even get tested. Like they just it doesn't even get graded. So I'm just like, you don't know that. Like, you don't know which passage doesn't get graded. So yeah, I was very nervous because I didn't know that was gonna happen. So yeah,
It's kind of unfair,
I know.
but like that's the way that they have to manage. No, we're actually going to explain that right now. So okay, guys, welcome Natalie, Carolina. I'm not sure what happened with Rosa. She left.
Good afternoon, Miss.
Hey guys, good afternoon. How are you doing? Okay, let's start. All right, let's start with the reading part. Um, it starts right there. All right. Well, just a reminder, we're going to start the last topic, the last section for the TOEFL. And the score, if you didn't know, well, just a reminder, it's 30 points each section. Okay. So today we're going to start the last part, which is the reading section, and let's start now. Okay, guys, you can take notes if you want to. And okay, so for the reading, like we were talking about, I'm not sure if you heard that before, but we were talking with Isabella. Hey Rosa, welcome back. Okay, so I'm sure you kind of like got the idea before when we were talking with the listening. You can either get an extra score in the reading or in the listening. No, so usually you get three passages. That means like three different type of passages, three different topics in the reading. No, and you might get an extra one, which is the unscored. But most of the times you will get three passages. All right. Usually the extra unscored task or tasks is in the listening. Okay. However, no, be prepared. You are either going to get 3 or 4 passages. If you get 3, all of them are being scored. If you get 4, one of them is going to get picked out and you're not going to get any points for that one. All right, that's important to know this. Let's see who else is here. Hi, Roger. Please turn your camera on. Okay, so it's around 700 words per passage. So it's quite long, but not really that long. All right, I'm going to show you what 700 words look like in a moment. So depending if you get 3 passages, you are going to get around 2,000. Well, 2,100. And if you get 4 passages, 2,800. Okay. Also, if you get 3 passages, you get 10 questions per each passage. So that means if you get 3 passages, you're going to get 30 questions. If you get 4 passages, you're going to get 40 questions. Okay? So it's always 10 questions per each passage. And the time also changes depending if you get 3 passages or 4. If you get 3 passages, well, before that, it's around 18 minutes per passage. Well, it's 18 minutes per passage. So you should finish reading and answering the questions in 18 minutes, okay, per each passage. So if you get 3 passages, you should 54 minutes, sorry. And if you get 4 passages, you should finish in 72 minutes. Okay, so if you divide, no, it's 18 minutes per passage, no more than that. It could be a little bit less if you want to go back and check your responses. However, it shouldn't be more than 18 minutes. Okay, to start this part, any questions? No? Okay. You can take notes if you want to. Let's continue. Okay, so the content, it could be either academic, it could be, you can get topics related to history, science, biology, technology, or art, maybe. No, but you can also get common topics. Sorry if you cannot see very good, very good. But you can get topics related to psychology, evolution, geology, meteorology. So in both cases, the same structure is going to be the same. No? It just could change a little bit. And also the topics that you will get is it's picked random. You do not. Let me check the internet. Yes, Isabel.
Are those the only topics that they use, or are you just giving examples of
Yes.
what can?
Thank you. Thanks for the question. Yes, these are just examples. But the main two groups of contents that you can get are academic topics that at some point it could get a little bit not hard, but it could be a bit more stressful for you, no? Because you might say, oh well, I don't know anything about biology. How I'm going to read this topic and respond about this topic that I don't really know, or I'm not very interested. So this, if remember, we have 700 words. You are going to have the whole information that you need about the topic in the passage. So you don't need to know anything forehand. You read the content or the passage. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's academic and it's maybe science, maybe not a very common topic, or if it's something maybe like psychology, which could be a little bit more, maybe we're a bit more familiarized with the content. No, it doesn't matter if the topic is a bit more like it's academic or a common topic. The whole information that you need to know about the topic is going to be on the passage. That's important. From the definition, the structure, how it's organized, examples, subtopics, etc. No, the whole information is going to be in the passage. All right, so that's important, guys. You don't need to know anything before. If you want to read, you can start reading just to understand the logic, or maybe get familiarized and try to grow your vocabulary, or linking words or connectors or whatever you want to call it. But basically, you don't need to know anything about these topics before you take the TOEFL. All right, but a good tip is that maybe, guys, you should try to read. No, this is based on a comprehension. Now, if you don't understand very good, if it's not your forte, maybe you're not very good at reading, now is a good time to start reading. Okay, so how do we manage our time? Do not skip questions. So let's think about, we're going to see all the different type of questions for the reading today and on Thursday. For one group, Thursday will be their last class. So imagine you have certain time to read the passage, and then you have certain time to ask or respond each question. Just reading the question is very important time, that if you don't respond, you are wasting your time. No? Reading just the question and the options could take you maybe 20 seconds. And if you don't respond the question, you're already wasting that time. So if you already read the question, you read the options to answer just respond. Follow your instincts. You might not be very sure about what's the response, but respond. No, do not skip questions. That's important. Also, the questions go in order of the text. So you're going to get, if I'm not wrong, 5 or 6 passages. So you're always going to get the passage, then the question, and then the options, no? Because it's multiple selection. And it's always going to go in order, no? Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, 3, 4. Yes, Camila. What's your
Teacher, a question about the first point you said with don't skipping questions. Do we
Yes.
wrong answers rest score for the test or
No,
okay?
It doesn't.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So let's continue. I'm going to give you a couple of tips related to that to Camila. So let's continue and let's see what else do we have. All right. If you're missing time, choose an answer. No? Don't think too much. Don't stress too much. No, you already read the passage. You have an idea. Maybe if you are not too sure and the time is clocking, no, just choose an option and continue. You can always go back and check your responses to try to see if maybe if you want to, maybe you remember or you realize your response is wrong. You can go back and change your response. That's fine. Okay. Second tip: don't get stuck. Now, if you want to, well, maybe you understand the question and maybe you're very confused with the options. Don't get stuck. No, you're wasting time. As I already said to Camila, you're not going to get your score taken out if you make a mistake. No, it's summative. So try to don't waste too much time in one question. Not read it, try to understand it, but if you feel like you don't know the response, there is not the time to start reading the passage, because you are going to get the passage. In each question you get the passage, and then you get the question, and then you get the options. So you're not going to start reading again, no? Unless it's something specific that you want to see. Okay, yes, you can do that, but you're not going to read the whole thing. No, don't waste time or too much time in just one question. Also, don't jump around. Don't go like, okay, oh, I don't know this one, then skip it. Oh, I don't know this one. I'm not sure, and then go back and then go forward. Don't do that. Just go in order, concentrate, focus, and no, remember, just choose. Read the question. Well, you already read the options. Choose one and continue. At the last, well, before you continue to the next passage, you can review your answers. So you can go and then check, maybe then you want to change some response. You can do that at the end. All right. So the tip here to manage your time, it's try to finish a passage in 16 minutes or less, and it will give you 2 minutes to review your answers. That means that you will have to read the passage in 6 minutes and then give it 1 minute to each question. All right, and then at the end, with these 2 minutes, these 2 extra minutes, you can go back and review really quick your responses. In that way, if maybe you realize that some of your questions were wrong, just change. No? And by the way, remember I told you you have either 54 minutes or 72 minutes, depending if you get 3 passages. For 3 passages is 54 minutes, and for 4 passages is 72. You don't get the 18 minutes divided per each passage. No, you get the whole time, and the one that managed the time is you. Okay, esto es bien importante y lo voy a recalcar en castellano. El tiempo que se les va a dar en el TOEFL es general, no es que se va a dividir esos 18 minutos que ustedes tienen, ¿no? Esos 16 plus los 2 que tienen para revisar. Ustedes son los que manejan en el reading. Entonces, el tiempo no necesariamente está a su favor en esta sección, por lo tanto, tienen que ir viendo el reloj every now and then, and try to see that you're not taking too much time, because at the end you are going to be taking response time from the other passages, and at the end you might not have enough time. Entonces, por eso se les dice hay que responder en no más de 18 minutos cada passage. Eso significa leer y responder, no esos 18 minutos para todo. Entonces, la propuesta es, o la sugerencia es que lean en 16 minutos, perdón, 6 minutos. Y los 10 minutos, como van a tener 10 preguntas, 1 minuto para cada pregunta. ¿Ok? De esa manera tienen su tiempo completo. Y los últimos 2, ¿no? Para revisar sus respuestas. ¿Ok? Any questions? No.
Yeah, I would like to know, hello, sorry. I would like to know if there is a specific order for the skills to be assessed during the test. So we always know we start with listening and then speaking, then writing, or the order can vary.
I don't have a response for that right now.
I do.
However, I looked up to it. That's actually a great response, and I'm going to get back to you. Isabella, yes?
I do know the answer of that question.
Yes. What were you saying? Sorry.
That I do have the answer to that question.
Okay, if you could.
It's always reading first, then listening, speaking, and last
Yes.
is
What is it?
writing.
Isabella.
Is that the question? No.
Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not sure what's going on with my internet, but Isabella, I couldn't hear the whole response. I don't know what's going on. But I hope that responds your answer.
Isa, would you type them down on the chat, please? Like, I'm asking this because if we know the order of the skills to be assessed, we might get better time management, so we can like foresee, calculate each section's time. Porque como tú dices que realmente no, o sea, hay un tiempo general que se va descontando, es difícil
Per section.
to track. Yeah.
Yeah, but the time is per section. That's different per each section. Okay, so it might be this one, Isabella, if I'm not wrong.
I'm sorry, but everyone's cutting out, so I cannot hear exactly what you guys are saying. If you want, you can type your question now so I can read it. Because I don't know if what she's asking is exactly what I heard, and probably it's not the answer what I.
All right. Okay, thank you, Isabella. So yes, this will be the order. Thank you very much, Isabella. I got confused because recently all the classes in the TOEFL have changed. No, we always started with the reading before in the previous classes. So yes, it will be first the reading, then the listening, the writing, and finally the speaking. The one that I mentioned before that are the sections that you improve better in the first is in get great grades. Usually more than 25 points, usually, most of the time. We have many students that get 30 points in the writing and in the speaking. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. It's been like that all day. Maybe Zoom, porque es imposible que el internet esté mal de todos, porque somos de todos lados. Entonces puede ser que sea Zoom, pero tengamos un poquito de paciencia. And maybe it's hard for us to communicate. Please, let's write on the chat. Okay? So let's continue. Okay, this is what 700 words look like. Can you see? This one is talking about the decline of the Maya. So take a look. This is what you will have to read in 6 minutes, at least. Okay, so it's always going to be divided in paragraphs, no? So we have many ideas here, and then we have periods, no? Maybe you might get 3-4 ideas in each paragraph, no? And then in the questions is going to be organized per each paragraph, all right? So I'll leave it there for a moment so you can take a look. Analízalo un ratito, a ver, de pronto ahí se estabiliza mejor el Inter. Okay, so let's start taking a look. We're going to be reading each paragraph so we can respond and see some of the questions, okay? So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to take a look at the question types in the reading section, okay? So let's take a look to the first type of question. Let's see what time is it. Okay, we're great. Number 1, vocabulary question. So this type of question is the easiest one in my opinion, because we just have to choose the synonym of a word or phrase, which is, it's good because we don't need to read a passage, or we didn't need to understand the passage to respond. The options also are fast to read, no? The instruction is also quite quick, no? So let's take a look. How can we respond this type of question? We have to use context clues. Sometimes the same word might have different meanings in different contexts, so that's important. Some words might not be the same if we're reading about biology, or maybe if we are reading about history or medicine, no? So take a look to context clues. Also, this is a very high frequency question. You might get 2 or 5 questions per passage. No? Remember, each passage is about a different topic. So in best case scenario, you're going to get 3 different topics. No? If you get the extra on the score, you will get 4. All right. So, okay, the answer has to work in the context and in meaning. It's not just meaning. It's not like, I don't know, if they ask you synonym of 2, it could be, also, I don't know, anything, no? But it has to, it doesn't, the response is not based just in meaning. It has to work in context too, depending on the topic. All right, so any questions before we jump to the example? Yes? No? All right, I'm going to be paying attention to the chat in case that anyone has questions. All right, so in this case, we have the first paragraph. How do we know that? Because it's going to be labeled here, no? In paragraph 1. So I already know that this is the paragraph 1. Remember I mentioned that before? Each paragraph or each question goes in order. First, they are going to ask all the questions for paragraph 2, then they will go paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, etc. It's always in order, okay? So really quick, let's read this passage. Let's see. Rock, could you read this passage for us?
Okay, Miss.
Thank you.
The decline of the Maya. The Maya of Yucatan Peninsula were one of history's most advanced civilizations. Their cities and pyramids were architectural marvels, and they had mathematics advanced enough to develop the concept of zero centuries before it came into common usage. Independently of other mathematically advanced cultures such as the Sumerians, they were also consummate astronomers, having devised an accurate 365-day calendar, and perhaps most importantly, especially for historians, they devised a written language that was used to record their advancements. But for all that is known about the Maya, the precise cause of their demise remains a mystery.
Okay, thank you very much, Roger. So while you were reading and listening, you might started to recognize some words. Usually in the passages, you are going to get connectors or linking words. For instance, before, it's a connector word. Also, perhaps, especially, but for all that, it's also a linking word. So it's important that we can recognize them. So in that way, we understand them, and it's easier for us to understand the whole thing. No. Obviously, you already read this. It's not like you're going to read each passage while you are responding. No, at the beginning you're going to read the whole thing, ¿no? Entonces, eso que quede claro, al principio ustedes van a leer, no todo, sí, y después se les va a ir dando las preguntas en orden según cada uno de los párrafos, ¿no? Si les hacen 3 preguntas del párrafo 1, bueno, se van a ir poniendo ahí, luego van a saltar al párrafo 2, etcétera, ¿no? Pero al principio son ustedes los que van a organizar sus 6 minutos para leer todas estas palabras y ya cuando estén listos para continuar le dan clic en siguiente y luego van a ir respondiendo. Entonces, por eso es bien importante, el tiempo no está de su lado en el reading, ¿no? Pero por eso se les da tantos tips para que se organicen. Ya entonces, esta es una de las preguntas muy común, ¿no? Roger, could you continue with question?
Sorry, miss, what did you say?
I do that.
It cut it off.
Yes, could you?
Okay.
Yes, could you repeat the option? Thank you.
Okay, the word advanced in paragraph 1 is closest in meaning to marvels, equipment, modern, independently.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, so what do you think, guys? We have it marked here, no? The Maya of the Yucatan Peninsula were one of the history's most advanced civilizations. Okay, Isabella, what is the response?
I would say modern.
Yes. What do you think? Thank you very much. What everyone said. What do you think? Marvels, Freeman, independently. I think she's right, no? Modern, it is the correct response. It is the closest in meaning related to the meaning as itself and the context. Yes, thank you very much. So it is modern. All right. In this case, we didn't need to understand or read the whole passage. No, that's one point for us. No, the question is quite short. No, reading this question, voy a tratar de decir algunas cosas en castellano igual, perdón, para que se entienda bien. ¿No? Pero esa es la pregunta que si les toca más veces, tienen mucha suerte, porque es la que no necesitas entender el párrafo para responder. Si quieres leer una oración, la primera, donde está ya, no necesitas más, ¿no? Y para ver las respuestas, las opciones iguales, ¿no? Rápido. Entonces, está de su lado. Mientras más de estas preguntas tengan, mejor, porque pueden responder más rápido y tienen más tiempo para trabajar en las otras. ¿Ok? So, this is the first type of question. Let's continue. Any questions before we continue? All right. Let's continue. So detailed or factual question. And in this type of question, we have to find a piece of information or a fact. It's very frequent, not as frequent as the previous type of question, but you might get it 2 to 4 times per passage. All right, it's a high frequency question. If to answer this question, we have to find the keyword in the questions, but we also have to be careful not to choose the wrong answer because of the wrong detail. So they're going to ask us about something. No, that's the keyword. No, we have to know or find something about. No. Once we find that keyword, whatever we have to know or find a piece of information, no, then we choose. All right. So, any questions so far before we see the example? Questions? All right, let's see the example. So in this case, we are jumping to paragraph 2, no? As you see, the question is a bit longer. The options are also longer. So to read and understand this question and their options, it might take a little bit more time, ¿no? Por eso les decía, si el primer tipo de preguntas les toca más veces, ideal, porque así pueden ahorrar un poco de tiempo, entre comillas, ¿no? Esta nos va a demorar un poquito más de leer, ¿no? E incluso las opciones. Y no es solo eso, también es pensar. La 1 es más rápida para escoger la respuesta y posiblemente nos va a ir un poco mejor, tal vez, ¿no? Okay, let's take a look to the second one. Let's see who can help us reading. Carolina, could you read this paragraph number 2, please?
Okay, Miss.
Thank you.
The decline of the Maya. The preclassic period of Mayan civilization began around 1800 before Christ, with some historians dating the era as far back as 2000 before Christ, and lasted until 250 before Christ. During the time, the Mayas formed the basis for their culture through development of agriculture, the formation of cities, and the construction of their first stone pyramids. While there is no conclusive evidence as to where the Mayan people came from, archaeological findings support them having borrowed in these beginning stages and lateral refining their calendar, religion, and numbering system from the early Olmec civilization. Their earliest pyramids were also most likely built upon Olmec precursors that had been fashioned out of mud. The first Mayan cities were established in the preclassic period around 750 before Christ, with the lost city of Mirador believed to have been the largest. It is estimated to have held between 100,000 and 250,000 people, its size dwarfing even that of the largest preclassic period city, Tikal.
Thank you very much, Carolina. Great job. It's Christ. Thank you. Okay, so in this case, this paragraph is a little bit long, no? But we understand it, no? However, it seems a little bit more, it has a lot more information, no? So also it's important to recognize, no? Some of the words might be unknown, but por lo menos teniendo un conocimiento de en castellano igual, perdón, para que se entienda, pero hago hincapié en esto porque realmente es bien importante estar familiarizado con los linking o conectores, ¿no? Porque eso nos ayuda a entender la idea o cómo está organizado, si comienza de pronto a hablar de una clasificación o comienza a mencionar distintos aspectos de algo, entonces ayuda bastante. So I'm going to continue mentioning you guys, not that, your talk. Okay, sorry. So it's important, okay? So let's take a look to the question. Let's see, Isabella, could you read the question, please?
According to paragraph 2, what was, is that written wrong? Because I don't know. What was the likely relationship between the Olmec and Mayan civilizations?
No, it's not incorrect because it's talking about two things. No? The likely relationship between that was the.
Okay. Should I read the answers?
Yes.
Okay. The Mayan city of Tikal was built on top of the earlier Olmec city of Mirador. Historians cannot easily distinguish between archaeological findings from the two cultures. Olmec culture and knowledge informed later Mayan systems. The Mayan emigrated from the area that the Olmec had previously inhabited.
Excellent, good job. Okay. It's culture. Oh, culture. All right. Thank you very much, Isabella. Great job. Okay, so I mean, we're not going to take too much time trying to understand each of the words and the idea. No, that it's going to depend of your ability to understand reading. ¿No? Obviamente podemos quedarnos a analizar este texto por 20 minutos, 30 capaz, ¿no? Para tratar de entender como tal. Pero si ustedes no tienen la capacidad, digamos, de una comprensión lectora ideal o básica, les va a ser complicado, ¿no es cierto?, al momento de leer, porque eso puede ser sobre cualquier tema, puede ser cualquier tema más sencillo o puede ser uno muy avanzado, pero eso se practica, ¿no? Sobre la base de ya vayan leyendo y practicando, ¿no? Entonces, a ver, vamos a ver si es que, a ver quiénes han podido entender, ¿no? A ver, vamos terminando cuál respuesta creen que es la correcta, ¿no? The likely relationship between the and civilization. What will it be? It is cutting out. Maybe third. No, Camila, okay? Camila, thank you. What the rest said. Camila saying that only culture and knowledge informed later Mayan systems. Yes, Natalie, excellent. Anyone else? If you could take a guess, ¿no? Como les hemos dicho, les he explicado antes, a veces no es que yo entienda al 100% la lectura o el párrafo como tal, ¿no? Pero que te entienda un poco la lógica, o sea, algo siempre se te queda, ¿no es cierto? Entonces, si de pronto tu fuerte no es la lectura, ¿no? Ya deberías comenzar a practicar. Y por otro lado, a veces si nos ponemos en esta situación, bueno, no voy a volver a leer otra vez, es tiempo valioso que estoy desperdiciando. Entonces, lo ideal ahorita es como, si no sé mucho, a ver cuál será que parece la mejor respuesta. Isabela, which one will you say is the closest or what is the correct response? What would you say? Camila and Natalie said the third one, Olmec culture and knowledge inform later Mayan system. What do you think? And what everyone else thinks. Roger, what do you say? Rosa, Andrea, what do you say, guys? You can write on the chat if you want. If you don't want to speak, that's okay. Andrea, Rosa, what do you say, guys? Isa. All right, let's take a look. It's the third, no? It's in this case, this paragraph is not as easy to understand. I get that, no? But Sometimes you get, no? However, this is the correct response, no? Because they are not exactly mentioning, no? But reading it, you understand, no? The question and the response. Okay, so this is the second type of question. Basically, they are asking us about a piece of information. Here, they are asking us the relation, well, the likely relationship. What is the likely relationship between these two cultures? So that's the response. The question, the response, the correct one was this. Okay, any questions before we continue with the third one? No? Okay. Third type of question, maybe the last one. Except type of question. This one is, in my opinion, one of my favorite ones, because we basically have to find the one that doesn't belong to maybe different type of ideas that belong together, no? So usually, how do you recognize this type of question? Usually you're going to get a except or not in the question, okay? In that way, you know, oh, okay, I have to find the one that doesn't belong there. They ask about the information that is not in the passage, all right? The one that doesn't belong there. Also, you get just one per passage or no, okay? You're going to get it once or not, none at all. So that's important to know. Okay, let's see, and we answer by elimination of options. No, they can talk about a structure or different characteristics about certain thing, and basically I start going like, okay, this mentioned, yes, this was there. Okay, if this wasn't there, this is the response. And then I click on that, and that's all. Any questions? No? All right. Let's see, guys. I see you. Let's continue. Okay. So we get paragraph 1 again. We already read it. We're going to read it one more time so we can understand the logic. So let's see, Cami, could you read this paragraph, please? Thank you.
The decline of the Maya. The Maya of the Yucatan Peninsula were one of history's most advanced civilizations. Their cities and pyramids were architectural marvels, and they had mathematics advanced enough to develop the concept of zero centuries before it came into common usage. Independently of other mathematically advanced cultures such as the Sumerians, they were also consummate astronomers, having devised an accurate 365-day calendar and perhaps most importantly, especially for historians, they devised a written language that was used to record their advancement. But for all that is known about the Maya, the precise cause of their demise remains a mystery.
Excellent. Great job, Camila. All right. So the question, I'm going to read it, goes, no, according to paragraph 1, we are reviewing paragraph 1. Again, remember, it's always going to go in order, ¿no? Yo lo he cambiado para que se entienda la estructura de las preguntas de manera simple, un poco más avanzada. Sin embargo, siempre es en orden, ¿ok? The following is not mentioned, the word not. So I already have to recognize that it's a type except type of question. And I have to choose not mentioned. It's saying which of the following is not mentioned as an example of the advanced. Si se corta, me dicen, por favor. Yo ni sé qué me aterrar en mis. ¿Pueden escuchar? Yes. ¿Me escuchan? Okay, Camila, it's already responding. The first one. Okay. So, okay, yes, which is the correct option? They help Sumerians understand the concept of zero. They create the exact calendar. They develop a writing system. They document their achievement. The one that is not shown. Okay, Natalie says this. to breathe. Okay, what the rest thinks. Let's see. Isabella, what do you think? Which one is not mentioned as an example of the advanced nature of the mind?
I think the first one.
All right. What do you think, Rosa?
Yes, I agree.
That's it. Yes. No, they help Sumerians understand the concept of Sira. Nowhere here you will find that information. No? And they're mentioning some of the concept. However, there is not like they help the Sumerians to understand the concept. Ese es un tipo de pregunta tricky, porque ellos hacen mucho en el TOEFL esto, ¿no? Que aparentemente parecería, ¿no? Pero aquí tengo igual. Sin embargo, el contenido como tal no es correcto. Entonces, alguna palabra por aquí puede ser similar. Sin embargo, el concepto como tal no. Por eso hay que leer con mucho cuidado. Okay, so this is the next type of question. Let's see if we have enough time for the next one. Any questions, guys? No? Okay, let's see the final. If we don't finish, we will continue next class. So it's fine. And this will be the last one that we're going to do today, which is called inference question. This type of question to like something without saying it. In my opinion, this is one of the most challenging type of questions. So it's basically you will get 2 questions per passage always. So get ready to respond this type of question twice in each passage. No? Inference. Let's see if we understand the word inference. Andrea, what's inference in your own words in English, please? What's inference? What will you say, Andrea, is inference?
Maybe like conclusion.
All right. Yes, that's a great way of explaining it. What about you, Rosa? Thank you very much, Andrea. Rosa, what will you say? What is inference?
That you suppose that is something
In
like
your
that.
own words.
I don't listen
In
well.
English.
Sorry. What?
What is inference? In your own words. No, in your own words. Everyone going inference meaning. And that's fine. That's fine. No? Sometimes we don't know the meaning of words, but this question is Isabella, you were raising your hand?
Yes.
Yes. What did you say? What did you say?
I think it is also like when you try to conclude something.
Yeah, it's like trying to
You wanna conclude with an idea that somebody said, like conclude the idea.
Yeah, it's very close to it. Thank you very much, guys. However, no, inference is something that we came out with. No, it's not going to be there. No, each of you is going to come to this conclusion or summary at the end of reading something. No, that's why we have here read between the lines. So it's not like it's going to be there, no, summarizing or to conclude, no, or wrapping everything up, no, you come with that idea. So to respond to this question, we have to respond trying to eliminate options. Let's see an example. We might not have time to read the passage, but let's see how it's organized, okay? Inference type of question, no? Let's see the question. Now the paragraph is right here. It's paragraph 2 again. No? Did we read it? Maybe not. No? Isabella, yes?
No, I don't have any questions.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Natalie, could you read the question and the options, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
First questions or yeah. According to the paragraph, what can be inferred about the pre-classic period of Mayan civilization? Their largest pyramids were completed during this time. Tikal was its largest city. Pyramids built during this time were made from wood. Um, there is some disagreement about its extra start.
All right. So thank you very much, Natalie. So basically they are asking us about the paragraph. So what can be inferred about, accordingly to this paragraph, what can be inferred about the pre-classic period of the Maya civilization? So they are asking about something specifically here, and based on that information, we have to come to one of their responses. No, unfortunately, we don't have enough time to read it again to understand a bit more. But this is an example. Okay, let's leave the let's stop here. But any of these responses, you're not going to find any of these exact words in the paragraph, ¿no? Esto es como son tipos de un resumen o algo que es a una conclusión a la que se ha llegado posterior al análisis de este tema que nos preguntan específicamente. Por lo tanto, no van a encontrar las palabras exactas. Entonces, lo peor que pueden hacer aquí es tratar de leer y encontrar lo mismo aquí. No. Tengo que haber entendido la lectura y concretamente esto que me están preguntando, esta parte, ¿no? Del pre-classic period. Entonces, si he entendido esa parte, puedo inferir la respuesta correcta y la que venga a mi mente y la que se parezca, bueno, la que yo tenga en mente, luego tengo que tenerla en mente, más bien dicho, y después, posteriormente, leer, ¿no? Las opciones y la que se acerque más, ¿no? Esa es la respuesta correcta. Pero no, las palabras no se van a repetir acá, porque esto ya es este tipo de conclusión que se ha puesto en diferentes, o se trata de explicar en diferentes maneras. Y solo una es la que se acerca más a lo que se explica en este párrafo y concretamente a este tema o subtema más bien. Ok, guys. Entonces, vamos a analizar esta pregunta el jueves. Ok, Natalie, thank you. Consideremos eso. A ver, Natalie nos dice la 4 posiblemente. Sin embargo, le vamos a dar su tiempo, no se preocupe. Vamos a leer y vamos a analizar un poquito porque esto tal vez no es algo muy familiar para nosotros, para entender qué había sido inferir o a qué se refiere. Ok, entonces vamos a quedar aquí, ya son las 7 en punto. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much for your attention. No, it wasn't. Les voy a pasar la nueva encuesta, como les había dicho, se llama E1, porque van a responder, en la última pregunta tienen una nueva pregunta que es la de satisfacción. Vean con atención, por favor. Eso sería todo por hoy. No se vayan, por favor, voy a sacar foto a la lista. Y a sus respuestas. Son 7 estudiantes, necesito 7 respuestas, por favor. Y si ya van respondiendo, ya se pueden ir retirando. Muchas gracias. See you on Thursday.
Bye, Miss.
Sure.
Nice, thank you.
Goodbye, Miss.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. ¿Alguien falta responder? ¿Isa eres tú?
I was missing a question and I couldn't see it, and I thought I couldn't send it, but now I'm sending it now. There.
All right. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Isa. See you on
Bye.
Thursday. Bye bye. Take care.